Hello and welcome to Blue Jays Today, where we always have something to say about the Blue Jays. I'm your host, Adam Peddle.
And I am your host, Nicholas Paleolog. And today we have an extra special podcast/episode coming to you guys. We have gotten in contact with a minor leaguer who is in the Toronto Blue Jays system. His name is Mitch McKown. We're super excited to chat with him. He's decided that he wants to come on the show for a little interview, which we are so appreciative for. Yeah. So shout out to Mitch. Yep. It's so awesome that he's coming on, and we're super excited to see it. We literally are like so excited. We got the Blue Jays game on in the background, and we are not watching it because we want to talk to this guy. We want to hear everything that he's got to say. Please subscribe, like our stuff, comment on our stuff if you love the content. Okay, right. Adam, you want to give this man a call?
Yes, I'm about to give him a call. Mitch McKown, he's a pitcher for the minor leagues. He got drafted in 2016, and he suffered a little bit of an injury in 2018, so we want to hear a little bit about his story.
Yep. Same year he was drafted. We got Kevin Biggio in the same draft. Bo Bichette in the same draft. Yep. And I was watching some tape on this guy. He definitely looks good. Yeah. He did, like you said, he got some injury concerns. I want to talk to him about that. We have a lot of questions. We just want to hear kind of what his story has been, what it's been like to be in the Toronto system. Absolutely. So give this man a ring.
All right, let's do it. Let's get him on speaker here. Hey, let's go. Hey, Mitch, how's it going?
Good, man.
Hey, bro. So we are currently recording right now. We are recording the podcast. We have introed everything. And again, we just wanted to say, kind of for the whole audience, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day, your busy Toronto Blue Jays pitcher day to come and talk to us. We so appreciate it, man.
Well, of course, guys. Well, for one, thank you for having me, and this is an honor. So, I'm happy to be here.
Absolutely, man. Hey, we want to get to know all about you, Mitch McKown, and hear about your story. And so let's start it off right away.
Actually, do you mind if I just pause you there for 1 second?
Yeah, go ahead.
I just wanted to ask: is the way that you say your last name? It is McKown.
McKown?
Yes.
Okay,
McKown.
Great.
We don't want to mess that up.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I haven't asked you yet.
Actually, it's McKown when.
Yeah, people mistake that a lot. So you wouldn't be the first.
Yeah, excellent. Glad we got it right away, man. All right. So tell me, Mitch, I used to be a baseball player, I used to play elite ball, and, I always thought about the day, one day maybe I might get drafted. Unfortunately, I didn't. So tell me, you got drafted in 2016. Tell me the moment that you found out that you got drafted and just go through that experience.
All right. Well, leading up in college, I wasn't really expecting to go. My freshman year, it wasn't really on the radar. Sophomore year, it was when things were starting to appear, and I thought the draft might be in the picture, but it was really kind of trying to go to school and stuff. But that day, I just remember sitting around in the kitchen with my mom and dad, and they were, it was on the draft tracker, on the computer, and they were calling out names, and it just came around, and I remember my dad was cooking out, and he'd come in the middle of the Toronto Blue Jays would come around, and it would be all right, draft ID, blah, 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 blah. And they'll say my name, and my dad would come in, trying to wash his hands real quick. And I just remember he turned the faucet on as soon as they were calling my name. And I was like, Dad, wait, stop. And all I heard was, I just heard my last name. And I was like, okay, well, I would assume that, there's not more than one McKown. So I think I got drafted. And everybody, my dad came over and hugged me and stuff. It was a great moment, and it was very surreal. Even to this day, man, I was sitting around thinking, man, I got drafted. That's such a surreal feeling.
Wow.
to be, among that. But yeah, it's definitely a dream that I've always had. And
Who was the first person that you contacted after that?
sorry?
Who's the first person you contacted? Obviously, you had your dad there. Who else did you see after you got drafted?
Well, I called my sister. She wasn't obviously there, but she's pretty close to me. Called her and let her know the big news, and and then my grandparents were ecstatic. My grandparents they're huge Cubs fans, but they're outside of that, they're big baseball people, and they were pretty stoked to hear about that, and then kind of like I don't know, like they were almost mind blown in a way.
Yeah.
So it's
so
a great feeling.
So for
Have to feel
you,
exactly like that.
Yeah, man.
that sounds literally amazing, Mitch. I can already the way that you were painting that picture, I really I saw the face of just elation, that you would have felt when you heard that, man. What struck out, what struck out, that was totally by accident. But what,
Not intended, right?
Yeah.
but what did, come out to me was the fact that this wasn't this kind of became the plan along the way, through your college career. So I'm curious from your perspective, when you did get that news, how did that kind of change your life path? What did that look like for you,
Well, growing up as a kid, I always wanted to be a big league ball player or professionally, just at least get drafted,
Yeah.
So that's always been the dream, that every kid out there, you playing wiffle ball, whatever, you're like, I'm gonna be a ball player, Growing up, how that kind of changed me. I had that dream, but I knew it wasn't really all that realistic before college, So
Sure.
I was wanting to be I was wanting to go into law enforcement. That was kind of when you're in high school and your teacher sits you down and they're like, all right, what do you want to do? What do you want to go study when you go to college? I was like, I'm going to do criminal justice. And so that was kind of the plan going up.
Yeah.
And when I got that news, or when things started becoming a reality, dreams started becoming a reality, it was almost like a whole a 180 shift almost. It was just now I got to focus. Now I got to focus on my career as an athlete.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
Academics.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. But it transforms your life in the sense of you wake up and you go through your routine and you just try to get better as a player, as a teammate, as anything, every single day. And it is a different kind of lifestyle than most would, than most people would have.
Well, that's probably the
awesome.
biggest 180 shift I've ever seen. It's
Yeah.
we're gonna go from being a law enforcement person to, oh wait, no, now I'm trying to become a professional pitcher in baseball. That's so crazy, dude.
Yeah. Yo, Mitch, let me.
I mean, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, when you're a kid and you're in high school, you don't really have it all figured out, and you just kind of spitball ideas of, this is what I want to do for a career path, and this sounds nice, or But once that started becoming more clear, then it was locked in. But I'm sorry, you can go ahead.
No, go ahead. That's awesome, dude. Honestly, that's such a focus and a drive that I like to hear, and I like to hear that mindset in a lot of players, especially. And can you just tell me a little bit what I was getting to is when you finally did show up to your first minor league game or your minor league training camp or practice, tell me what was that atmosphere like amongst the players, the coaches, and just even that, the whole atmosphere. Describe that.
Yeah, I'm super interested in hearing about your whole experience just in that Blue Jays kind of farm system. I haven't heard firsthand what that's like.
Well, give you a quick story.
Yeah.
When I first got there, they put us in groups and stuff, and you go through practice. And I remember going up to my pitching coach and asking him, I was like, "Hey, coach," and he stopped me right there, and he's like, "You're not calling me coach. You call me Juan."
Nice first name. I love it.
And yeah, so it's business. It's very business-like. It's not, when you're growing up in high school, college, whatever, you call your coach a coach. My college coach is Coach Nick. But that was kind of like this is a little bit more straightforward and maybe a little bit more cutthroat than
this is for real right now.
Amateur baseball.
Yeah.
So that was my first taste of professional baseball, was learning not to call my coach's coach.
Yeah.
You just call them by your first name. Even like the pitching the pitching coordinators and stuff. The guys that are high up there, or even player development people. You call them by their first name. That's just how it is.
Yeah, that's just like a no-no in the industry, I guess, or.
Yeah, really, in any business, you can go outside of baseball.
That's true, actually. That's totally true.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't call your boss,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Mr. Boss.
Yeah.
Mr. Boss, man. Yeah, dude, that's super funny, man. That your first day and you get that in. As far as like right now, we were kind of looking at your your history throughout the minor league system, and everything like that, and we noticed, and I was also doing I did a little deep dive on your Instagram and stuff, and I noticed, my friend, we've been dealing with like a couple injuries. Like, do you want to speak on that a little bit? Just talk about the experiences with that, and like how you've managed to, kind of persevere and push through and overcome those things.
Yeah, man. Well, injuries are no strangers to me. I've had Tommy John surgery when I was a freshman in college or high school.
Wow.
So I went through that at a young age, and I kind of did my feet in process of getting back to the baseball shape and stuff like that. So when the second time came around, which is in 2018, it was it sucked because nobody wants to get hurt, but at the same time it was just like, okay, well, I came back stronger from the first one, so take it one step at a time, one day at a time, and get better, and it is what it is. So it's, overcoming an injury, it's you feel like you're getting left behind, and you somewhat are. But that being said, you develop a lot of life skills from them. You develop a lot of skills. I've met a lot of people from being injured, believe it or not, that have helped my career now. Like Clay Bucholz, if you know him. I remember.
Oh yeah, Clay Bucholz.
And I was rehabbing, and he, if you've seen that video on Instagram, my hitch, the pause, he's behind that.
Very nice.
So yeah, he like kind of, he didn't tell me to do that, but I remember I was going through a live BP, and I was rushing. My front side was falling, and he was like, "You need to stay, farther. You need to stay longer on your backside so your arm can catch up." And then I was thinking, okay, what if I add a Kershaw pause to my delivery?
Yeah.
And so I did that, and all of a sudden things started timing up, and I was more consistent to the plate, and my arm path, my arm was just more fluid and smooth. So that's out of the windup, and I made an adjustment from the stretch too, to kind of help the timing aspect of it. But outside of that, so you meet great people. I had a great rehab group. Nobody obviously wants to be hurt, but I was fortunate enough to have gotten hurt at that time.
Yeah.
to be a part of such great camaraderie. Like those dudes had my back and I had theirs. And we went through it together. Like every Saturday after we did our practice, did our training and stuff, and went back to the apartment, we had grilled steaks on the grill out by the pool, and we just all had a good time. And I think that's crucial to going through rehab and stuff, is having good people to be with and do it with. And that's something that they provided for me. And I can't thank them enough.
It sounds to me that, like, even though, and honestly, dude, like, just hearing that, like, I almost feel, wow, like, I did not expect this from this interview, but I feel like almost a little bit, like, touched right there, just because, like, even though, like, you went through something that no one wants, especially in a, somebody who is trying to make the name for themselves in a major league sport, you really did make the best of a bad situation, and and get a lot of, not only maybe some, like, lifetime connections there, but, like, grow in as a person, as a character, and just, like, I want to just iterate to you, like, the most respect for that.
Yeah.
Thank you. I mean, baseball, man, is a game of adjustments, and when you're hit with news that you're going to have to sit out for a year in rehab and miss a lot of time, you have to adjust to be able to survive still, and be able to play, and not get overrun or overlooked.
Let me ask you, Mitch.
I feel like that mentality. And that look on getting through that help all. I mean, it was the determining factor of still being in the game and not. Because you just, like, need that positive reinforcement, and when you have those negative thoughts, you just can't break that barrier. You always have to look. So at some point, you got to be like, all right, this is what it is. You have to make the best of it. And what's going to put me in the best position? What's going to create the most opportunities for me to be successful when this thing is over? And boom, let's just put all the negative crap over here. I don't even want to look at it.
Get it out of the way.
Let's look at all the positives.
Yes.
Let's look at all the opportunities that are in front of me.
Yeah.
Yes.
I get to rehab with some big league guys that have great knowledge. I'm also rehabbing with some great minor league dudes that have a lot more experience than I do. So I'm going to piece what they have, and I'm going to, learn from them.
And grow.
Dude, speaking my language,
and
man.
also when you're at the complex, down in Dunedin, Florida, there's lots of resources. So you have nutritionists, you have mental performance coaches, you have obviously strength coaches, and you just have the whole package there to help you and just take full advantage of your opportunity.
Yeah, use those resources.
So if that's really what you want, and you really want to be a big league ball player, then why not take advantage of all those things? And that's exactly what all of us did there. Every single one of us. Took advantage of those opportunities. And now I'm thinking, like, everybody that was in that rehab group, as shitty as getting a rehab group is, man, all of them are doing pretty good right now. Everybody had great mindsets.
That's great, dude. Honestly, like that kind of mindset is what, I take personally, and, like, I'm sure Nick takes personally. It's where, like, that whole negative, positive, like, mindset, man. Negative has to stay away.
Yeah.
Just send out positive, and positive will come back to you.
Bro,
always.
I feel like
Exactly.
like what you just said is a perfect segue, I think, into, like, what our next question was going to be, and that was, like, looking at your stats, you haven't pitched like, in the minors since 2018. What is in the future for you? Like, is this, like, are we like full throttle, positive energy continuing with this? Because it sounds to me like, from what I've heard so far, like, yes.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I was injured. So part of the and then 2020 is a bust. So,
That's another thing.
Gap.
Yeah.
Speaking of adjustments, that's a whole adjustment in itself. 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, jeez, man. This is a year nobody wants to remember, but hey, let's look on the positive side of it, right?
Yeah. Tell us, like, what are you looking forward to next? Like, what are you doing right now?
Well, to achieve any big goal, you have to achieve the small goals, and for me, it's just staying healthy, because obviously getting hurt would not do me any good.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to take the opportunity that I got from, rehabbing and being healthy and still being with this organization and being like, all right, let's plan out. Let's make a plan here. And, my trainer and all of those guys are great, and they've done me wonders, setting out a good plan for me moving forward, sticking to it and making sure that, my workload's not too much, but I'm still getting good reps in and stuff like that. So it's just, you have to accomplish these small goals to ultimately succeed in spring training, and then make a team, and then succeed at the affiliate, and then move up, and then keep succeeding, and then get the call to the big leagues.
Yeah.
So that is the kind of mentality that I have right now, is take what I've been given as basically another chance, and run with it, man. And,
Amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Man, we hope to see you, man, back on 2021 when hopefully all this blows over and we have a minor league. We have minor league season again. We can start seeing you back on the field, putting up good numbers, putting in the good work that you're talking about. Because what I'm hearing from you, man, is that you got a great mindset, you got a great positive outlook on life, and I think you're still young and you still got lots ahead of you going forward in your career.
I appreciate that. That's the way that I'm viewing it, and that's the way that I feel like that anybody should view life, and that's really the only way I feel like that you can get the most out of life.
Yeah.
It's just never look at an obstacle and think, oh, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Bro, after hearing you speak and talking to you and stuff, like I just want to iterate to you, I am so pleased that that the Blue Jays were lucky enough to score someone like you in the draft, and get that right attitude in, man. I can already tell just by speaking to you, the whole mentality is there, and that is such a big thing in sports that we hear all the time. The mentality is not there for this guy. The mentality is so totally there for you, and like Adam said, man, I can't wait to see you on the field. Before we kind of wrap this whole thing up, I know we just had, or Adam actually had a question for you, one last question. Just, toss it out there.
All right. I want to know, man, because I used to be a pitcher back in my days. I only threw top 75 on my heater. But my favorite pitch was the 12-6 curveball. That was one of my go-tos. What is your go-to pitch that you're most proud of?
My 4-seam fastball.
Nice.
Okay.
That's the most adrenaline-packed pitch you can ever throw in the league.
Absolutely. You got good bite on it?
Sorry, what's that?
Do you got good bite on it? It's got good movement, good heat. What's the best part of your fastball? Or is it everything?
Well, my fastball has some rise, so it has it's good spin efficiency. So it's actually impossible to rise, but to the batter it appears to rise. Yeah. And I throw it mid-90s, and
nice.
So whenever you punch a guy out with a fastball, like a up and in fastball, or just a fastball up, that is just the most adrenaline pumped thing. Just to punch a guy out with that. Oh yeah, because when you toss it up in the zone like that, that's their hitter, the eyes light up, and they're not hitting that. Right, and when it has that that look that it's actually it's going up, it misses barrels, because they swing under it. So like you can live up in the zone.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Man, it's great to talk to you, Mitch. Honestly, we're so thankful again to have you on. And where are you calling from? Are you calling from your home down in Orlando, or where are you staying at?
Yeah, I'm here in Orlando, Florida.
Awesome, man. Well, Nick and I both wish you the best of luck, man. We hope to honestly, let's stay in touch, brother, and keep moving forward. We'd love to hear you updating on what your career is like moving forward, and definitely, especially when the season gets started back in February.
Will do, guys. Hey, thanks for having me. This was a lot of fun.
Us too, dude. We honestly, the second that we get off this call, I'm about to do a bit of a scream jump up at how much fun this had, but I can't do that right now because we're currently recording and on camera. But thank you again so much for talking to us. I look forward to speaking to you in the future. Brother, best of luck.
Yeah.
We will talk to you soon.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, guys.
All right. See you, Mitch. Have a good one.
Cheers.
All right, y'all too. Goodbye.
There we have it, guys.
Ooh.
Hey.
Wow.
Mitch McKown.
Man, that honestly, I'm gonna be so totally honest with you. I did not expect to get I actually got a little bit freaking emotional right there where he was talking about his injury stuff.
Man, that guy's perseverance.
That's
perseverance.
literally what I'm saying. I meant exactly what I said when I said that. I'm so happy that we have this guy in our system because that is the sort of mindset that I just it's just so admirable, and obviously he has talent, and I've watched videos of him pitching. I know that he has talent, and he's dealt with some injuries before. He said that they're no stranger to him, and he keeps going, and I want to see this guy make it.
I want to see this guy, if not in a starter role, in our bullpen, throwing that 95 rising fastball up to hitters, swing and miss. Yeah. One day, Mitch McKown, keep grinding, brother, if you're watching this. Hope to see you and talk to you soon, man.
Yeah, seriously. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think. Yeah, I'm honestly it's hard for me to end this right now. I'm pressed for words. That was so great to talk to someone who's in our system.
Absolutely, man. And guys, make sure to subscribe on YouTube and follow us on our Anchor, Breaker, Radio Public, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. And make sure to also follow us on Instagram where we are posting every single day.
Cheers, and thank you so much for watching.
And go Jays, go.